Here comes the free hit. And helped away into the leg side. Going to be runs, and 4 of them. Not the start that Nepal will have wanted, having won the toss, chosen to bowl first, just experienced. Cleaned him up. Oh, yes! Sampal Kami sets this series alight. He is delighted. The off stump goes cartwheeling out of the ground. And Nepal, they strike early. So hopefully he might get another chance as that one's driven down the ground. And Rohit Paudla just crept in at mid-off, so good reward for Van Lingen. Only a fraction over pitched. Full face of the bat, 4 runs down the ground. This one's nicely driven. And going to pierce the gap and will run away all the way to the boundary. Just a check drive, no more than that. Van Lingen starting to show exactly in play as a catcher. That's a good pickup stroke and gets it well in front of square. Takes on the short ball, gets it all the way for a maximum. That's an audacious stroke. Camby wasn't happy being driven down. Now to Bender Singh Ari. He's driven through the covers immediately over pitch. You get a sense as to just how quick this outfield is. It is always going to win the race when you time the ball well. A boundary from Dipender Singh Ari's first bowling. Nicely driven, going to get good reward. Never any fielders down there, straight down the ground. Cannons into the advertising cushions. Out of appearance of any kind. Cleaned him up, there's the googly, just his second delivery back. And Sandeep Lamachani keeps doing what he does for the national team, and that's taking wickets. Clubbed down the ground, going to go all the way for 6. Stand and deliver from Van Lingen, just that little bit of flight given by Raj Banshi. And as he's hitting with the turn, Van Lingen can trust the bounce.
That rip in the last moment, you can see there, he uses his hip as well, the pivot is there.
And that's going to be 50 for Van Lingen. Nepal know all about just how good a player he is, and look at that. The home crowd rises to Van Lingen. It may be against the national team, but they just love their cricket here. They're so knowledgeable and passionate about the game. They give him a beautiful ovation. It's come from 69 deliveries, not big hitters. Big strike, and that's the problem for Raj Banshi. At that pace, if he misses his length, Erasmus is going to pounce on it, and he finally breaks the shackles, gets his first maximum. It's a very good stroke and a very good pickup shot all the way for 6. Smoked into the leg side, and going to be more than enough to go all the way for 6. Unfortunately, he's one of the ground staff. He won't be getting KFC. You've got to be in the crowd.
Like I earlier said, hit it up in the air, out of the ground for a 6.
This is the problem. So it's the gun strike bowler for Nepal back in December. As this one goes down the ground and goes for 6. Sampal Kami got a hand to it but could get no more and couldn't cling on. Another big moment in the game. Erasmus turned away from the shot as though he'd given it away. He'd hold in a couple of yards, and this one's hit with a bit more conviction to the vacant area out at deep mid-wicket. These two are putting on a batting clinic here right now. It's going to be 50 for Gerhard Erasmus. Gets there from 72 deliveries. Yet another ODI 50 for Namibia's captain. What an outstanding player he is. And for 6. And he may have brought about a chance here. Long off comes in, nestles underneath it. And Kushal Mala does strike. How he's deserved that wicket. It's Lamachani who takes the catch. He's such a clever bowler. He should have 3 per after 2 drops. He's now got 1 per, and finally the home fans have something to cheer.
Yeah, Erasmus gone for 56. That was a very good bowling by. He mixes his pace as well. A good bouncer saw him coming down the track, hit it over the boundary for 6 runs. A good batting by Van Lingen.
To the sky, Mala runs back and takes a good catch. That is the 4th wicket. Karen KC's deserved that. He's worked hard for that. And we speak about the experience of KC. The home fans love it. The outsigns are being held up. What a bit. Pressure builds. But he gets it away, and he gets to what will be a 3rd one-day international century. They'll scamper back for the second to go with it. It's been a quite magnificent innings. It's come from 118 deliveries. He's shown particular power through the leg side. Very, very stylish. A graduate of that ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup team that beat South Africa all the way back in 2016. And he's coming into his own now in the men's international game. A third century, an innings of real class, and it's back-to-back ODI hundreds for that man on your screen.
Yes, and
final 10 overs. And that's why they could be thinking of 270 plus. It's the power of Van Lingen that goes all the way for 6. Chance at Bandon toe now. So Freiling tries to hit out, and hit out he does. What a shot that is, all the way onto the grass banks for 6. The slog sweep, maybe the shot of the day, and he's going to go down swinging.
Yeah. Ball them. Karen Casey through the gates of Freiling. He was injured. He was just having that discomfort on his hamstrings. Tried to play a big shot. Was completely beaten and bowled by Karen Casey. A good comeback and a good wicket.
This one is heaved into the leg side and going to go a long, long way, all the way for 6. Maybe the slower ball is getting too predictable. Zane Green lined that one up. In place now. And this one's helped into the leg side, and Lamachani gets a second. Listen to the roars of the crowd. Maybe not the best delivery, but your France didn't know too much about that. And the hometown crowd roar.
Yeah, very should get most of the runs for Nepal, and this yet another maximum.
Beauty, a real beauty. Lamachani strikes back the perfectly pitched leg break. He's just been hit for 10 in 2 deliveries, but the home fans have something to cheer again.
On strike.
Yeah, Karen KC, change of ends, but the runs continue to flow. Just so difficult to defend late in the innings here. Helped away into the leg side, and it's going to be a boundary. 4 runs to the total. The runs have really flowed here in the final 15.
This innings.
Big appeal and given. I'm not quite sure Zane Green can believe it, and Buddy Pradhan was on the walk, but something off the bat they feel, and a very good catch held by Asif Sheikh. Karen KC has a 4. He's going to try to, but I think instead he's picked out a deep mid-wicket fielder who's managed to hold on to a catch that Buddy Pradhan just wants to check, but it's going to be 5. And a magical 5-wicket haul on a day that holds as big a place in his heart. Karen KC kisses the pitch. It's 113 after 30 overs. They've managed to post a rather remarkable 285, scoring 175 runs. 8 wickets between Karen KC and Sandeep Lamachani. There's a reason why they're the 2 leading wicket takers, and that'll get us to the end of
it. That's a good length from Trimpleman. A big lad, tall, fast bowler for Namibia.
Series where you play 4 games. And Schultz has gone straight through. The middle stump is gone. The plan has worked. Erasmus roars. Schultz straight over to him. They've identified something in Asif Sheikh. They said we're going to go left arm spin at the top. And Namibia love it when a plan. But Bhurtel says, you're not going to do that to me. I'm going to smash you down the ground. That goes all the way for 6. That brings the crowd into the game. That's more like it for Nepal. 2 boundaries in the open. Smoked. Stand and deliver from Mala. Dug into the wicket and helped away for 4. Big roar from the crowd. And going to be runs, and 4 of them, no slip in place. Just a push, a prod, no more than that from Kushal Bhurtel. And a wry tilt of the head gets away to their 2 best spinners, and they won't with strokes like that. Overpitched and no more than a punch. That's all Mala needed to do. Again, you see how quick the outfield is. A nice boundary through the... What are you staying up till? Mala down the ground, and he's going to get 4. Just one bounce in front of the rope. Lovely pickup shot brings up the 50. This chase is starting.
Way you should go.
Thuds into the pad and given. I said you can get a bit of everything from Jan Nicol Lofty-Eaton. It was a drag down, leg side wide, followed up by one that Mala thought was there to be hit, and maybe it was. Immediately. And that is just a chip shot down the ground, and that is a shot of real class. Definitely the shot of the innings so far.
Good hit. Straight down the ground. Over the boundary for 6 runs. That is Rohit Bhurtel for you.
And that's overpitched. And again, with Lofty-Eaton, I think he's got talent as a leg spin. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're enjoying the coverage, and a slog sweep all the way for 6. Oh, Kushal Bhurtel, he looks like he's on one now. And that's a big hit. And the fans dancing in the crowd. We've got cricketers of real skill playing strokes like that all the way for 4. The national team captain, Rohit Bhurtel, pulling that one away, too short from Birkenstock. These overs from your fronts become even more important, and that's going to be 50 for Kushal Bhurtel. One of the biggest cheers of the day. It's his 4th one-day international 50. No huge celebration. That to me indicates he knows there's a lot of work to be done. And 8 boundaries, good strike rate. And they do
Runs 33 to be precise. Another big one. That's a huge 6 into the media box.
Well, this is simply massive. The difficulty. Bhurtel goes down the ground and he goes huge right into the VIP section and put down in the crowd. A chance at KFC goes down.
Of 1.5 overs. Another shot played on the offside. Looking for 2. But has to settle for 1. After 24, Nepal are.
Attack by Bhurtel, and Bhurtel's going to try and do the same to Van Lingen. Overpitched, helped away, a pretty friendly, juicy half volley, and to the attack around the wicket. And it's put away, and much more like it, just what the Nepali home fans wanted to desperately need it. Down the ground, all the way for 6. Kushal Bhurtel is not going to watch and wait, and they're going to keep going, hammer and tongs. And there's a dream position. This one's helped away, and it's going to be 4. There's no cow corner in place, so again, selective hitting.
Is 8 over. And that's a wicket, a soft dismissal for Trimpleman, and Rohit Bhurtel has to walk a long way back to the pavilion. And
there it is. There's always a twist. Will he see it through this time? No, goes for the Yorker and cleans him up. It's the double bluff. And that's the brilliance of Trumpleman, and he gives him a send-off to boot. Kushal Mala tickled the previous one round the corner, but this time he's lost his leg stump. Slog sweep. And it's going to go all the way. Again, look at that aggression, that confidence from Bhurtel. There's a man out there. He goes to a career high. Massive appeal and given. It's the final ball of Trumpleman's spell. And has he struck a telling blow? Because Dipender Singh Airi, try as he may to keep it out, was beautiful. Bhurtel gets there. It's come from 99 deliveries, 9 4s and 4 6s. It's beautiful. It's brilliant. It's Kushal Bhurtel, and with a kiss of the badge, he goes to 3 figures.
yeah, and the strike rate is still. What a hit! Straight to the dugout off the Nepal side. A huge 6 by Zora.
Well, he's just coming to promise, as this has helped around the corner and taken. There is another twist. Jora, instead of getting underneath it and getting it all the way for 6. This time he gets something on it, and he gets more than enough of it. It's gone for 6. Usually hits them straight down the ground. This time he's hit it straight over the last 4 or 5 years. As Karen KC just keeps doing what he does, particularly on Valentine's Day. Oh yes, maybe that one was held in the crowd about time.
Straight to the fielder. He's taken another wicket, another twist in the tail, only 3 needed. Why did Kushal Bhurtel need to do that?
It's 3 to win. Tries to do it in one blow, but I think he's holed out. I think he's hit it straight to mid-off. Oh dear, not the shot that was required, and now Namibia slip a silly point to short leg. Here's the hat-trick ball. Kept out and punched for 1, at least for 2. Oh, it's all away. It's a boundary 4, and from the hat-trick ball, they've had to drag themselves, almost kicking and screaming over the line, but it's the fans that are screaming. Nepal, the highest chase in their history. They've made history here at this fantastic TU International Cricket Ground. They've won by 2 wickets. It's at every twist and turn you can imagine, Paresh, but it doesn't matter. They've done their 2 huge points and 10,000 happy fans here. Bowlers' figures as well. 7 wickets, 8 wickets in fact fell to them. We'll see the highlights of those in a moment, but the critical thing I wanted to point weight of the lifting. I'll leave you with Paresh for the moment. I'll be back with you at the post-match presentation. Don't go anywhere too far.
Van Lingen 133, another centurion from Namibia, Erasmus 56 and Green 34. In current case is 5 wickets in 10 overs.